Has Bulgari lost its marbles? Absolutely not, but it was rather unexpected to see the iconic aluminium being decked out in bronze. Let's take a closer look at the new Bulgari Bronzo GMT and Bronzo Chronograph. When the aluminium was released in 1998, it was pretty much an overnight sensation. The collection paired lightweight aluminium with black rubber elements for a unique and rather bold look. Making a comeback in 2020, it's now time for the next chapter in the collection. Or should we consider this an entirely separate collection? Well, yes and no really, as it uses the aluminium's design, yet exchanges the core material for warm bronze instead. When it made its debut in 1998, the aluminium by Bulgari broke with traditional watch conventions in several ways. It was rather unusual to use aluminium for the case, as it's a touch softer than stainless steel. Add to that black rubber and you end up with a product that doesn't immediately scream luxury watch. However, it intrigued so much it became a classic of modern watchmaking and design. The aluminium came in 3 sizes and it was fitted with quartz and automatic movements. Upon its return, Bulgari opted for mechanical only, but has gradually expanded the collection into new colors and new complications. Right from the get-go, you could opt for the automatic or the chronograph, both in a striking blend of white and black. And in 2021, a GMT version would be added, and since then there's been a whole range of special or limited editions in various colors and styles. However, every single one upheld the aluminium's core DNA. An aluminium center case, a rubber-clad double-sided bezel, contrasting colors on the dial, and a segmented black rubber strap. So how does this new Bronzo duo fit into the mix? Design-wise it still ticks all boxes, yet material-wise it's a big departure. As the name suggests, and as I already mentioned in the intro, these two come in warm bronze, or bronzo in Italian, instead of aluminium. Over time this material will gather a unique patina, which is part of the fun in both. It also means they're a bit heavier than their aluminium siblings, despite sharing a similar set of dimensions. The GMT comes in at 40mm across and 9.7mm in height, while the chronograph has a 41mm by 12.35mm case. The center case is identical to what we know and love, so it has those signature shaped lugs, a black rubber bezel with double Bulgari signage and a flat sapphire crystal. On the right there's a black DLC coated titanium crown, flanked by a pair of black DLC coated pushers for the chronograph. A subtle bronze ring shines through from underneath the crystal, while the dials are deep matte black. Contrast has always been important to Bulgari and the aluminium, and the same goes for the Bronzo. The sloped inner flange doubles as a tachymeter scale or 24-hour chapter ring depending on which model you're dealing with, while white numerals and markings make both very legible. The hands are finished in a bronze stone to match the case and have luminous inserts. On the Bronzo GMT, the additional GMT hand has an arrow-shaped tip. In terms of movements, let's first look at the Bronzo GMT. Hidden underneath the black DLC-coated titanium caseback, we find the caliber B192, which is a Sellita SW330 at heart. This automatic movement runs at a rate of 28,800 VPH and delivers a sturdy 50 hours of power reserve. Do keep in mind though, this is a so-called office GMT, which means the GMT hand and not the local hour hand is set in 1-hour increments through the crown. To be honest, it would seem fitting if the Bronzo GMT came with a flyer GMT movement instead, as I feel that would fit the sleek jet set watch a touch better. On to the Bronzo Chronograph, where we find the caliber B381 underneath a similar black-coated titanium solid caseback. Based on the Sellita SW300 with a Dubois Deprat chronograph module on top, this beats at a frequency of 28,800 VPH as well, yet has a 42-hour running time. It drives a classic 369 display for the chronograph with a date to be found at 4:30. Both the Bronzo GMT and Bronzo Chronograph come on the hallmark segmented black rubber strap. However, as you might expect, this comes with bronze links instead of aluminium ones, you know, to stick with the theme and all. While previously the aluminium collection came with a classic pin buckle, Bulgari has now added a hoop and look system to the strap. This makes putting the watch on a bit more fiddly, yet ensures a comfy and seamlessly adjustable fit once you have them on. The price is €5,200 for the Bronzo GMT and €6,500 for the Bronzo Chronograph. Not cheap, but I feel they can't really be compared to most other watches with similar functionality for the simple reason the design is so unique. Sure, you get the same complications in other watches, but pretty much anything else will lack that unmistakable Italian Bulgari flair. And I just love that about the brand and these new Bronzos. Thanks for tuning into Monocle Watches again. Make sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss future content. Leave a like and comment down below what you think of this surprising duo, and I will see you again next time.